Jannik Sinner avenges his loss in the French Open final and defeats Carlos Alcaraz to win his fourth Grand Slam and his first Wimbledon title. Now, in this final, Sinner played some absolutely blitzing tennis in the second, third and fourth sets to close it out in 4. That first set, he did go up an early break. However, Alcaraz played some extremely good tennis to win the last 4 games in a row of that first set and take the set 6-4. But from then on, Sinner had a clear game plan in his mind, similar to what he did at the French Open, was just to rush Alcaraz at every opportunity possible, use his more consistent game, his better quality ground strokes, and his more consistent quality ground strokes to be able to rush Alcaraz in every aspect of every rally. Alcaraz was hitting his serve so hard, trying to paint the line so much with his serve, something Alcaraz generally hasn't done in the past. I know he has improved his serve this year with the new motion, but Alcaraz was really trying to go for broke on his first serve because he did not want to rally with Sinner. Sinner's rally ball was extremely good and Alcaraz could not do anything about it. That's why he felt like he needed to get those easy +1s on his serve and, hope for the best if the point extended on into a rally in most scenarios. Of course, we know Alcaraz has immense firepower, immense variety, immense talent with his racket, but Sinner today was just locked in for those last 3 sets. And although Sinner did win this final quite convincingly in the end, because he won the last 3 sets in a row essentially, the main talking point of him reaching the final was not only absolutely destroying Novak Djokovic, but what would have happened against his match against Grigor Dimitrov in the quarterfinal. Now, as we all know, Dimitrov was up 2-0 and unfortunately tore his pectoral muscle in the 3rd set after he was hitting his serve extremely hard all match. Probably the best serving day I've seen from Grigor Dimitrov in a while, and certainly the hardest hitting service day. And he unfortunately injured himself, forcing himself to retire against the world number 1, having led the world number 1 2-0. Now, of course, we do not know how this match would have finished. As we all know, Dimitrov does have some nerve issues, unfortunately. We don't know if he'll be able to close it out, if Sinner would have been able to make a comeback. However, Sinner did fall on his elbow in the first set of that match, and he could not seem to shake off the pain or shake off some feeling he had in his arm, which allowed him to play better than he did that day. Not to take anything away from Grigor's level that day, but Sinner was not playing his best, and he probably would have lost, if not for that. So now people are calling this an asterisk slam, which I guess you can call it that. However, it's not over until it's over. We saw that in the French Open final. I mean, if you turn off that match in the 4th set, you never would have known that Alcaraz would make one of the greatest comebacks of all time. Similar in that match, we never would have known what would have happened. But it does feel a great shame for Grigor that if he did beat the world number 1, and of course you can't really do tennis maths, but Sinner beat Alcaraz, Sinner beat Djokovic. Could Grigor have won a slam? I guess we'll never know. And although the asterisks will always be there in this, the history books won't talk about that. They'll talk about Sinner winning his first Wimbledon and, the great rivalry that keeps building between Sinner and Alcaraz as they met in the last 2 Grand Slam finals in a row. And coupled with that, they met in the Rome final as well. So these guys are putting on some absolutely great performances in the biggest of tournaments. And of course, Sinner getting the best of Alcaraz for the first time since Beijing 2023. He hasn't beaten Alcaraz in over 18 months, which is absolutely crazy considering how close all of their matches have been. And, I think Sinner is obviously very happy to have avenged that loss. I mean, I'm sure it must have been heartbreaking, having been 1 point away from winning your first Roland Garros. And to win Wimbledon as well, I think one of the most prestigious Grand Slam tournaments in most people's eyes, definitely makes up for it. His level was great all tournament, especially against Novak. I mean, he really just outmuscled Novak like he did at Roland Garros, playing Novak's brand of tennis, but just slightly better in all aspects. Basically, Djokovic playing a version of himself that's 10 years younger than him. And, it's great to see that Jannik is able to deliver that level, especially against Novak, time and time again. Because as we saw in Australia with Alcaraz just, played Novak's game. Sinner doesn't let Novak muscle his way into the match. Sinner absolutely takes it to Novak which is absolutely great to see. And now Sinner has 4 Grand Slams, one behind Alcaraz. Them two have 9 Grand Slams. It's absolutely crazy. And they've shared the last 7. So let's see what they can cook up for us in the US Open. So thank you so much for watching and listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care and peace.